Hello there, true believer. If you know, you know. Snacking on almonds. Blue Diamond almonds, full natural, not salted. I can't stand the salted ones. I just can't. There have been a lot of times in my life where I feel like I didn't belong. And not just the standard human exclusion, not just people like, oh, you're not like us. They not like us, so they kick you out. No, it's not like that. It's more of you're telling yourself you feel like you don't belong. You're with a group of people that you may or may not know doing things you don't do, saying and agreeing to things you don't say and agree to. In these situations, normally you wouldn't do what's going on, yet you're here doing what's going on. And you kind of get that feeling where you say to yourself, oh, I know I should be doing this, I should be doing that. There's two problems with that. And one is depending, I'm gonna just get this one out the way. One, depending on what you're doing, I think you should have fun. Now, granted, if you, let's say you're at a party and there's alcohol and you know you shouldn't be drinking. As a matter of fact, your New Year's resolution was to not drink, and you see it and you drink. That's different. Sure, you might be having fun, but it's at the expense of your goals. That's not what we want. See, we want to have fun, but we also want to belong. All right. And two, we don't want to feel guilty for having fun. I do this to myself all the time. I'm like, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. Why am I having fun? Why am I enjoying myself? I should be grinding. I should be suffering. It don't always have to be like that, though. It don't matter where you are in life, you should be having fun. You should find fun in the suffering. I know that sounds taboo, right? To a normal person, yes. When I'm in the gym, when I'm doing martial arts, I find fun in suffering. Because essentially, to a normal person, that's what you do all day. You run around, you lift heavy weights, you get punched by people, kicked by people. That sounds pretty awful, but I enjoy it because my mind is conditioned to enjoy it. I know that if I do it, I know I'll get better. So, to return to the point, if you feel like you don't belong, take a step back. Analyze your surroundings, analyze the people you're with, analyze the environment you're in. Because it all has to do with environment, everything. You don't have to change the people you're around. Excuse me. You don't have to change what's going on right now. You just have to change the environment. Okay? I'm not really a social type of person. I can be if I need to be, or I really want to be, but most times I don't want to be. And most times when I feel like I want to force myself, I feel like it's inauthentic. And nobody wants an authentic person in their life. So I tend to remove myself from those scenarios, or I tend to just not go out. I spend a lot of my time talking to myself, actually. Like, I have friends. If I literally wanted to go out and do things, I could at one phone call. But I'm not motivated to do it because I don't feel like I necessarily belong out here amongst other people. That sounds so strange, right? Like, I'm a human being, I should be with other human beings. Of course. But I'm gonna tell you a secret. I went to LA for New Year's, and during the New Year's party, something very strange happened. I've never experienced it ever before in my life. There was a guy that walked up to me. I've never met him before that day. We had a conversation, and I don't exactly remember how it turns to it, but he started detailing like pretty much my whole life. Mind you, like I didn't even know this guy before that day. Next thing you know, this dude's like telling me about my own life in detail. And then he's also like, hey, if I'm bullshitting, tell me now so I can get out your face. And he wasn't bullshitting. It was so strange. I say that to say that he told me that God has a special purpose for me. Because God has a special purpose for him. And he is telling me the same thing. He knows, he sees it, so he's telling me. I may not know what it is yet, but I know it has to do with being a teacher, mediator, something along those lines. A mediator for sure, I know that. I'm pretty good at resolving conflict between two sides. But ever since then, and even before that, yes, but now, like, ever since then, I just felt like I'm different. I'm truly different than other people. And I take a look at my life and I'm like, all the things that happened in my life led up to who I am today, yes. But it all makes sense how I'm destined to be this mediator, this great, I'm not gonna say prophet. Those were the words he used, but I don't want to call myself a prophet yet. I'm not sure on it. I'm not gonna just come on here and say I'm a prophet, and no. But a chosen one. I'll say a chosen one. It's not, I don't have an elevated sense of ego. It's just, I feel like now I don't belong certain places. Like, now I don't belong at parties, at the club. It's like, what am I doing at the club? What is my purpose there? There's no point for me to be at the club. Not only do I not necessarily enjoy that lifestyle, but everything that goes on at the club is pretty low vibrational. If you like going to the club, fine, go to the club. But you can't lie, there's some pretty degenerate stuff happening in the club. Let's be honest. So all of that's to say, I don't belong there. So I'm keeping myself from that environment. So now where do I belong is the question. Maybe I belong here. making this video. Maybe I belong just pondering life like I always do. I know the next step for my life, and I'll be taking that next step soon. But to wrap this video up, all I want to say is they don't really care about it. All I want to say is that if you don't belong, if you feel like you don't belong, it's your environment, obviously. It's not the people, it's not the actions. Maybe it is combined both. Maybe it is. It's your environment. Change your environment. Maybe move to a new place, leave, just go somewhere. And try to do what you struggle to do, right? Your New Year's resolution is drinking, or is to stop drinking. Go someplace where there's not a lot of drinking, but you still have fun. You know what I'm saying? You want to still have fun, even if you feel like you have to suffer. Because if you're just suffering, then there's no fun in that. Unless that's what you like to do, unless you're a masochist, and go ahead, all props to you. But change your environment and watch how fast you grow. Embrace infinity. Later.